watching KREX5 News this morning.
Good morning, and thanks so much for starting your Friday with all of us here at KREX5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. A well-known nonprofit is making its way to Grand Junction. The ARC thrift store helps people with disabilities by combining retail with opportunity.
Our mission is to collect donations, resell them in our stores, and fund advocacy programs for people with intellectual disabilities like Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy.
And ARC doesn't just give to people with disabilities. Instead, the store works with them and has become one of Colorado's largest employers of disabled adults. The ARC thrift store currently operates 30 shops and 17 donation stations, but its new Grand Junction location will be the first one here on the Western Slope.
We've wanted to be on the Western Slope for many years. We have been able to secure a store in the Eastgate Shopping Center, the former Sears outlet, next to StarTech. And we just think that this is a great market for us and a great community.
ARC Thrift Store is expected to open for business in our area by the spring of 2020. The Sunrise Court fire, which threatened several homes and burned just under 20 acres, is now 100% contained. KREX5's Rob Hagan headed out to Glenwood Springs Thursday to see where it all started and how fire crews are monitoring for hot spots.
Fighting fires is a tough job, but fighting them on a steep slope brings tough to a new level. But that's what these firefighters are doing and still doing.
I'm just focused on looking for hot spots.
We had heavy fuels, heavy high grasses, and shifting winds. We had fire moving one direction that would all of a sudden start moving the completely opposite direction, so it was kind of hard to keep tabs on where we needed to distribute our resources.
Now the resources are 27 firefighters from 4 different commands, all focused on keeping the fire out so people in the neighborhood have a home.
Protecting both the public and their property is their #1 priority. Good thing too, because beautiful homes like this one were spared from the fire that was literally at their front gate.
The fire originated at the bottom of this steep slope, was approaching structures at the top of that same slope. So initial fire responders went to do structure protections.
I went to one of those houses that were protected from the fire's path to speak with the homeowner, but they weren't home. So I spoke with the neighbor.
I was definitely concerned about the house, and like I said, the neighbors' houses. And I know I did pretty good fire mitigation around the house. I did a real good defensive space when I built it. And I still wasn't 100% sure my house would be safe.
But his house and his neighbors' homes are 100% safe thanks to quick-thinking firefighters and thanks to neighbors with defensive spaces.
And while there aren't any fire restrictions currently in place for Mesa County, the potential for wildfires is still a concern, particularly over the upcoming holiday weekend. Camping, barbecues, and fireworks are all things that many of us enjoy on Labor Day. But as Jillian McCarthy explains, that fun can quickly turn dangerous, especially with recent weather conditions in our area.
Fire danger has rarely been higher this summer. From festivals to 4th of July fireworks, we've seen fire take over what are supposed to be fun events. That's why Upper Colorado River Fire Management is upping its staff this Labor Day weekend.
We've bolstered a little bit of staffing both here in Grand Junction and in our station in Rifle also.
And the unit is prepared to act fast.
We need to respond quickly and very aggressively.
In case of an emergency, crews stay prepared with these air tankers. They carry water or fire retardant to help contain the burn.
It's a very powerful tool that we have. It carries a lot of water and it can suppress fire pretty quickly.
Recent weather conditions are fueling these fires.
If we get a fire start in the lower elevation dry fuels, it's going to spread quickly and it's going to be very dangerous.
And we will see this type of weather into the weekend.
The western slope has been pretty dry over the past 2 weeks or so. The monsoon has been fairly suppressed this year. That trend looks like it is going to continue through the weekend.
And why does this type of weather cause fires?
When you have extended periods of dry weather, your soil moisture dries out and your fuel moisture also dries out.
It's also something to be mindful of when you're enjoying the outdoors Labor Day weekend.
You can be sitting at your campfire and get high winds and you're not thinking that there's the potential there, but there is.
Officials remind the public to have fun this weekend, but also be smart.
Enjoy public lands, be safe, and if you see something, report that right away.
First on the Western Slope, I'm Jillian McCarthy, KREX5 News.